Thank you for coming through, Andre.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Should we be running for the hills? Lock up everything and do not talk to the bank or anyone who's asking for your online details.
As always, be vigilant. It's everybody's responsibility to make sure that their data is secure, and the security of your own information and security of your own systems is always your own responsibility.
Right.
So to run around and panic really doesn't serve anybody any good.
Yeah.
But always be vigilant. And now is a good time to reevaluate the vigilance of everybody and where they stand.
That vigilance, what does it entail? Does it mean that you don't share your information? Does it mean you constantly change your passwords? What do we do?
It does. It does. And it is being top of mind whenever you're dealing with personal information, whenever you're sharing something, to just be conscious of it.
Yeah.
Don't be too afraid, but be conscious of what you're sharing, to whom, and for what purposes.
Right.
And that's where you need to be conscious about what you do.
Yeah.
Because that's where the key issue lies in there. Are you sharing too much, too little, and to the wrong person?
Yeah. Now, data breaches, of course, are not a South African phenomenon. We have seen the same at Yahoo. We have seen the same at Google. We have seen the same at Facebook. Is there a sense, though, that perhaps South African corporates are not spending as much as they should on security?
Security is sometimes put to the back burner of an IT department, and you're quite right. It sometimes does, and it is an expensive pursuit. So you do need to have a much stronger view towards what the security posture of the company is.
Yeah.
And you need to be vigilant of that. It's like an insurance policy. Remember, you're protecting for something that might happen in future.
Right. And
exactly the same happens with your security. You need to make sure that your security does get the necessary attention inside the business, and what happens to your customer data. Yeah.
So earlier on in Power Lunch, I had an interview with an executive from a British firm that did a survey that looked at data handling and security as well. And one of their key findings is that companies are trusting young employees, people under the age of 25, with sensitive information, and there wasn't enough attention paid for categorization of levels of access within the system. Is that a South African problem as well?
Oh, absolutely. That is very, very prevalent. The people think of security in South Africa like a candy. It's very hard on the outside and very soft on the inside.
Sure.
And once you're inside, it's free access to everybody.
Yeah.
And that's one of the key problems there. Is even for employees, you need to be very vigilant about who has access to certain levels of information.
Right.
Do they actually need to have access to that? And how to protect yourself, not only yourself, but also your end customers from malicious actors inside your business, disgruntled employees, and all those people that might want to cause you harm.
So Liberty was a wake-up call, if you like. What do companies do now? You know, there's that saying that you use a good crisis well so that you prepare for the next one.
Indeed, indeed. And I think it's a good point as well for many large South African companies to reconsider if the traditional security measures that they have been focusing on for quite a long time, whether that is actually serving them well. The key element there is, we used to, you can hear from the reports coming out of Liberty themselves, they were talking about their traditional firewalls and traditional intrusion detection systems. But you need to be a bit more complex and a bit more astute in the modern technology and threat arena than was previously. And that's where the key emphasis lies now, is to look at all avenues, not a single entity, because security is not handled only by a front door. You need to protect multiple levels of areas.
And speaking about things getting a little sophisticated, so we had the biometrics and we thought that was done. Now I hear you guys are talking about voice biometrics. What is that?
Voice biometrics is fantastic. What voice biometrics does is it's like a fingerprint for your voice. It's that thing that makes you unique, and it characterizes voice. So let me explain.
Please.
When you phone your mother, or when your mother phones you, and you just by the tenor of the voice, the two parties can identify each other.
You know who's calling.
Exactly. But if somebody phones from Russia with a very weird, deep Russian accent and says, "Hi, I'm your mother," then clearly that's not going to go down well. And it heightens your alert then in terms of, is this really my mother with a weird accent today?
Sure.
And that's what the voice biometrics does, is it says, the voice biometrics focuses then on identifying the individual purely based upon what their voice sounds like.
If I record, can't I get it right in the end? Like I could get a copy of your voice after I record it and then I listen to it 20 times, 100 times. Could I eventually get the timbre of your voice right?
If you're an extraordinarily good voice artist, you might be able to fool it. But remember, I said earlier as well, that voice biometrics is a combination, or the security posture is a combination of voice biometrics and many other systems too. And it's a combination of voice biometrics plus other elements that actually create a good security posture for you.
I don't